Turning our attention now to the ASX, here's Matt Birney and Bulls and Bears with the latest public company views and interviews.
Welcome to Bulls and Bears, where we break down the latest ASX announcements from public companies that are doing interesting things. Today's Bulls and Bears report is brought to you by Strike Resources, ASX code SRK. I'm Matt Birney and I'm joined now on 6PR by the Managing Director of Strike Resources, Will Johnson. Hi, Will.
Hello, Matt.
Strike Resources is currently focused on its Paulsens East iron ore project that sits on the southern margin of the iconic Pilbara mineral province in WA, just 10 kilometres east of Northern Star's Paulsens mine. The company recently completed a feasibility study over Paulsens East, tabling what looks to be a lovely set of numbers that flag a possible move into production in the first half of 2021. Firstly, before we get into those numbers, what type of iron ore are you looking to mine at Paulsens East, and just how big is the resource currently?
We've got nearly 10 million tonnes of very high grade, 61% plus hematite iron ore.
What have you got in reserve at the moment?
Reserves, we've got 6 million tonnes, which underpins our production profile, which we're targeting, which is 1.5 million tonnes a year for an initial mine life of 4 years.
And what sort of grade have you got in the reserve?
Reserves close to 60%, but we'll be looking to bang out products which will be 62% lump and about 59% fines product.
Can we quickly run through a few of the highlights from your feasibility study? Let's just assume that the current iron ore prices hold for a moment. So what is the projected annual production at the project? I think you said it was 1.5 million tonnes a year, is that what you said?
That's right, 1.5 million tonnes a year, and most of that will be high-value lump product.
Okay, and what's the initial estimated mine life?
We're estimating initially 4 years. We've also got some potential to expand the mine life, maybe by another 1 or 2 years, given there's potential extensions to a mineralisation to the southeast of the deposit.
And what's the estimated net present value in today's money of the project?
Look, if the current prices stay where they are, the project has a net present value of over $200 million.
And what's the estimated life of mine net cash flow from it?
About $280 million.
Okay.
So we could be generating about $60-70 million in net cash flow a year for the next 4 years from this project.
And the internal rate of return based on the capital outlay?
223%.
And what is the capital outlay?
Less than $16 million.
And how do you plan to fund that?
Mix of equity and project financing. We're sort of currently in discussions with a range of potential offtake parties and customers, Chinese steel mills, global iron ore traders, some of whom have expressed the desire to help us with project financing and potential prepayments on shipments.
So just quickly, what is the opportunity to increase that mine life for more than 4 years? Is it clear?
We have a couple of opportunities there. We've identified that the mineralisation appears to extend undercover about 1.5 kilometres to the southeast. So the outcropping ridge of ore that we've already identified is 3 kilometres long. If the mineralisation extends for another 1.5 kilometres, then that could potentially extend the mine life by another 1 or 2 years.
Will Johnson from Strike Resources. Thanks very much for joining me on 6PR today. And just remember, Bulls and Bears is only here to give you information, not advice, which you should of course seek independently. I'm Matt Birney. Thanks for listening to Bulls and Bears.
For more public company CEO interviews, go to the Money page at 6pr.com.au and click the Public Companies tab.